Vince McMahon might well be writing a book.
Oh, I'd like to read
Oh,
this.
I would read that like you wouldn't believe. Here's what it is on the latest episode of Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard. John Bradshaw Layfield, who's very much taken over Bruce Pritchard. I don't think Bruce is coming back. Disclosed that Vince McMahon will one day write a tell-all book about his personal life, his experiences, his controversies inside and outside WWE. The former chairman's longtime friend added that the upcoming publication will be unveiled in a few years, and it will be as real as it gets. Here's the quote. I think there's, unless something happens, nothing's 100%, a close 100% as you can get in the next, I would say, 1 or 2 years. You're going to get a book, and I have a feeling this is going to be beyond belief. I have a feeling that will be a raw, and it will be a completely no freaking hiding and nothing. It doesn't read that well when you quote him, Bradshaw, does it? I think Vince is going to let everything out, and I think it's... Here's the problem. Vince let everything out on a woman's head, allegedly, and that's kind of already a problem. And I think it's going to be one of the best books ever.
Vince is going to hear this, and he's going to send his attorney after you.
Which one? We've got one. You've not mentioned him in ages.
Oh, yeah, right. I hadn't mentioned him in ages. Pause it a second.
1 sec. Adam Burbrower, that's our attorney, isn't it?
That is our attorney. And don't anybody mess with us, because we will sick the law on you.
So Vince McMahon book, what do you think is going to be in it? Do you think it's just going to be a giant pile of self-aggrandizing crap? Because here's the thing with Vince, from what I understand with people dealing with him in creative, he couldn't remember from 1 week to the next. What's he going to write about?
Well, that's in his later years. Now, I can attest not being able to remember things, but in his earlier years, yeah, he remembered everything, and who he was mad at, and what he was going to do here and what he was going to do there, which brings me to the book. The book, if he has a literary license over it, which he will, I don't think he'll sit down and write every word. He'll dictate it, and he'll have a writer put it out. But it will be in a way that favors Vince. Vince will never be at fault for anything, and I don't blame him there, but I think people would like to have the scoop on everything that he's done, because he's not going to admit guilt in any of it. Would you?
Well, no, obviously not. But here's the thing: is that apparently someone did some research on Vince's early years, right? And I believe they went down and asked people, what was Vince like as a kid, from neighbors and people who grew up around him. And the way Vince tells it is, I was a rough and ready street kid fighting every single day kind of thing. Then this person did interviews with people who knew Vince as a kid, and they went, really quiet, really polite, wouldn't say boo to a goose kind of thing. So I'm already worried that this is just going to be one giant work from the off from Vince.
But okay, when he started his business from his father, he bought it.
He bought it, yeah.
Allegedly for $1 million, right?
Maybe $1 million. It might have been 2.
It could have been.
Yeah. But the thing is, he didn't pay the cash. He had to make monthly payments to his dad. So
that's because he didn't have the money then, of course. So, and I guess he finally paid it back. And then now the history belongs to him, and he can disperse it and tell it however he likes, whether it's true or not. Of course, if you ask somebody else, of course, they're going to have a different version of it. But isn't everybody like that? But I'm going to say you're going to write things that make yourself look better in the eyes of the reader. I don't blame him.
I cannot wait for this book. If it's true and it's coming out, I swear that'll be the biggest news of the year. That will be amazing. That will have material for decades. That book will, if it's any good whatsoever, and it isn't like a pamphlet, like a Chinese menu.
What do you think the people would be most interested in?
What I think what people would be most interested in is, I've always wondered if he borrowed money from the mob to fund the first WrestleMania, because that was a rumor going around at the time.
Well, I'm sure he had access.
To a
Where was the first WrestleMania?
Madison Square Garden, of course.
Where was the second one?
3 different places: Nassau Coliseum, Rosemont in Chicago, and LA, I think.
And the third one.
Are you just testing me now? That's Detroit.
No, well, the top 3. You should know that.
Okay, so in order, I think it goes right. So it's Detroit, and then it goes Atlantic City, Toronto, LA, Hoosier Dome. Where's the Hoosier Dome? Is that Indianapolis, or where is it?
Indianapolis.
That was 8. Las Vegas 9, Madison Square Garden 10. There you go. I can keep on going, but I'm not going to. Mm-hmm. Connecticut, California, Anaheim.
When
Chicago,
was his first stadium show?
Boston, Philadelphia. What?
The first stadium show. Was it that Detroit?
No, Shea Stadium in the 70s.
That was his first.
Oh, his first one was in Toronto.
Oh, okay, that's right.
It was the year before WrestleMania 3. It was called The Big Event.
Mm-hmm.
And it was part of like a Toronto like convention of loads of different things, but they just got a ridiculous turnout in Toronto, like 60,000 for like, I don't know if it's Hogan and Orndorff.
Well, didn't he have 93,000? It was when who went to the Hogan, who went to the ring on the
Yeah, that was 3. Yeah, that was Hogan. Well, everyone did really, because that aisleway was so long and Andre couldn't have walked it. Mm-hmm. So they ended up with those little carts. They did the same for 6 as well, because the aisleway was so long.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll say one thing. I've been on 2 or 3 WrestleManias. I've been at 4 or maybe 5.
Well, you were at 11. You weren't on 12, but I think you went to 12.
I was at 11.
Yeah, you weren't on the show for 12, but I think you went to 12.
I was on the show, but it didn't make the air.
Oh, like a dark match.
Yeah, it was a dark match. And when we were talking over that finish before that match, hell, I thought we were on the show. We were in the dark match. It took us 3 hours to get a simple finish. And I'm sitting there, and finally I just tell them I had to cuss. I said, damn, guys. But I put another word in front of it.
No, that was 11. That was the Lex Luger one. That was the one where you were the opening
match. Was that on the show?
Yeah. That was on the show. Yeah.
All right. We asked Lex, you like that? He said, well, I don't know if that works for the Lex. I wanted to reach across that table to slap the hell out of him. The Lex. I don't know if it works for the Lex. People, you just don't know what kind of people sit in dressing rooms and put on tights and boots and go out there. They're a different breed of people. They just are.
With Vince, anything that you particularly want to learn about him from the book that you think you might actually get an answer from? Because you're not going to get an answer from like Rita Chatterton or anything.
Well, I'll tell you what I want to hear about. I want all these women problems that he had. I want to see he's not going to admit guilt, but I would like to see what he's going to say about it. And the woman in the limo, when she said he basically assaulted her, is that beyond the realm of belief? No. Did it happen? Well, she said it did. The woman did. She was a referee, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm. The original one was, yeah.
And I want to hear about this last one. Did he really do that? What you referred to? Now that is unbelievable. I don't even think he's even charged with anything like that.
Right. What do you think the book's going to be called? Because it could be like Shooting the Shit. It has to have shit in the title somewhere, I think.
Oh, yeah. Shooting the Shit. That would be a good name for it. That really would.